Peace. This Supreme Intelligence. This is a new video, and this one's gonna be about generation curses. In life, in everybody's family has like a blockage or something in their family that they trying to do differently. Like with me and my family, that we got, you know, some people was on drugs in my family, but we also have like bad tempers and how we talk to our women. But you always want things different. Like in my family, it's like smoking, drinking, and that's things that, we don't know why we do it. Like my real father, I'm saying, he passed away from lung cancer. My grandfather, he died from lung cancer. So people would ask me when I used to smoke cigarettes, like, why do you smoke? I ain't smoke like crazy, like a pack a day or some shit like that, but I did smoke. You know, I'll go through a pack in a week or whatever. But the thing I notice about my family, and this is a good thing. Now, we do argue with our spouse, but one thing that we did was we'll argue, but we had a good thing of like name calling. That's just something I wanted to break. And have I got better with it? Yeah. It's like I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes when my kids give me the phone and my ex-wife wants to talk to me and stuff, you know what I mean? And she starts saying something that pisses me off, I get mad, and she gets mad, and I start calling her names and stuff like that. It's like when you got children, you don't want to argue around them. They don't want to hear you argue. And growing up, my mom and my dad, they had I'm not saying they had the greatest relationship, but it was. Sorry, man, it's too hot. They didn't have the greatest relationship in the world, but they I know that for a fact that they loved each other and they worked together as, a family and stuff. So I say, what can we do for the kids? But they used to argue. I mean, they used to argue a whole lot. And that's just something I wanted to break. And I promised myself this, that it's like a lot of people don't understand, like, when you got a blockage in your family, sometimes it's hard to break. Like, I drank and I smoked, but I used to smoke weed, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. But I seen situations where you had families on drugs and stuff. That doesn't mean you gotta do it. Why did I do it at the time? I don't know. I was young, I was stupid. And it sounds crazy, like how I started smoking, because my first heartbreak, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, it was like hard for me to get over that. I didn't want to mess with no girl or any woman for a long time. So what us men started, what we do when we get a heartbreak, or not just men, but women too, what we do, we want to feel better and stuff. So we start messing with all these women, or even some females start messing with a lot of men so they can make themselves feel better. But that doesn't resolve the problem. For what I seen situations with, and I know a whole family like this. This one family I know is like, all of the women in their family are beautiful as hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the whole family will use a man to get what they want or whatever. And sometimes they will have kids with this person. They might not even like the person, but that's what they seen from generation to generation. But one of my homegirls is one of the sisters, and she's like, I'm tired of this. I'm like, and she only, now I'm saying she's like a little younger, but she don't have no kids. But she was just like, I'm not trying to go down that route. See, that's a start. Like, with me, I remember growing up, like, and this is just an example. This is like a good thing. Like, my father, like, we would go, when we was young, we'll go to church, and my dad would stay home and stuff. While we at church, my dad would like clean, and he would you know he'll cook like Sunday. So when we get home, we cook, we sit at the table, we all eat, laugh, joke. And the rest of the day, this was what my dad always said, the rest of the day you sleep. I want y'all to take a nap. I could sit on the couch or whatever, because in my household it was like we can be in the living room, but we all had to be together and stuff. That was like a togetherness, you know. And a lot of things that I see, because I had one of my homeboys, you know, and he says it all the time. It's like, my family is so dysfunctional, we only love each other. It's like, but I'm like, yo, I see your moms and your pops, y'all, they happy. He's like, no, that's just for show. He was like, so I was like, how was your grandparents? Like, they was the same way. So I was like, that doesn't mean that you gotta break it. You gotta break that shit. Meaning you gotta, you know, and the thing is that he had a kid by this girl. You know, they'll go back and forth, break up, get back together, and stuff. She'll say she hates his ass, and he'll say some other shit. And I'm like, yo, you shouldn't be doing it. You love this. I was like, you love this girl. You gotta say, yo, what can we do to make this situation better or whatever. So at the end of the day, I mean, he got better. You know, it's strange because he seen one of my videos and he's like, yo, you was speaking some truth in that, you know what I mean? And he just, you know, that changed him. And that's why I make these videos, so maybe I can change somebody, you know. Some people need help with certain things, because my situation could help somebody, you know. And another generation curse that I see is like, because I seen a lot of families, you know, like I grew up, you know what I'm saying, not in survival really, but I always was told, you want to get something, you gotta go get it, you know. So that's why I work. That's why I got into IT. That's why I started making t-shirts, because that's how my parents was. Both of my parents had a business. Like my mother, she sews clothes, and she sews clothes, and she does fashion shows. Like, she basically coordinates fashion shows and makes all the clothes and stuff like that. That's a whole lot. That was like my mom's and my pop's business. Like my pops, he used to work, like I told y'all, he worked for this company when we lived in New York called Bell Atlantic. I forget, I think it's called Verizon now, but I'm not sure. That he but he also had a business on the side, you know. He basically what he'll do, like, say if you wanted to like play, he had this organization like for kids to keep them off the street and stuff. And that was my dad's business, and it was a good business. But did it still go on after he passed? Like, no, because it was like, yeah, Sha be doing a whole lot. We don't know like what to do or anything like that, because my pops was doing everything, you know. He was a grinder. Like I say, like I said, my generation curse is a lot. It deals with like smoking, you know what I'm saying, drinking and stuff like that. You know, yeah, even had some family members that was on drugs. I never did only drug. If people don't consider this drug, they don't consider weed a drug, but in a way it is. You know, they don't sell it in the store. That's what my grandmother said. So it is a drug. So I want to say is like at the end of the day, it can be broken. It's up to you. There's some in the thing is, I have a cousin. You know, she's like a third or fourth cousin or something. She was always used to running. When I mean running, she'll always run from like problems and stuff. Like she had this guy, you know what I'm saying? This guy loved the hell out of her and she knew it. And she will always just find something wrong with him in some type of way. And you know, I tell people, you want someone who sees the best and the most beautiful thing in you. That's a type of person you don't want to let go. You know, we as human, we're stubborn, we're hard head. So that's what, you know what I'm saying, we as people do. And the thing is, that was like, and she even said, my cousin said, like, yo, that's a generation thing. Like her mom, like her father and her mother, you know, her mom just one day just got up and bounced. And then I was just like, yo, damn, I'm like, what happened? Then she finally said, I don't know. I just felt that I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? He was too good of a man for me. That's stupid as hell. Like me, like, I had a hard time, you know what I'm saying, when, I ain't gonna lie, like, when I had kids and stuff, like, that was new to me. But, and I could say, it's like the way that, it's like we was young, but it went too fast. But her generation curse is, they're dysfunctional as fuck. I mean, I never seen no untogetherness in my life. And I wasn't used to that because my family, we're together, you know. We're not the best. Some things we don't come to. Some things we don't agree to. We argue, we fight, stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that we don't love each other or we don't like to be around each other. That's just how it happens. But because you come from a dysfunctional family doesn't mean you don't know what love is. And a person told me this once, or one matter of fact, I heard this on I seen this on Twitter. Like, if you come from a dysfunctional family, and you haven't seen love in your face your whole life, you wouldn't know how to love somebody. I say this, it can be true, and then again it can't, you know. But it doesn't mean that person doesn't know how to love at all, you know. And the thing is, like I say, like, my homeboy even told me this. He said he was 100 with me. He's like, yo, I don't know what love feels like. He's like, I think I like her very whole lot, but love, I don't know. That's deep, you know. I'm like, and thing is, his brothers is like that, his sisters are like that, and his dad is like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, that's weird as hell. So when you have a generation curse, it can be broken. Like, there's things that I want to break with my family, you know what I'm saying? And my aunt told me that there's a certain things in our family that me and her talked like the other night for like hours. And she was like, there's certain things that I'm not gonna say on this video in my family that's very, very, very deep, you know. And that's something that can be broken, and it will be broken because I'm gonna break it. It's time to break the cycle, you know, and be like, no more, you know. it's like at this age, you like 30, 40, or even in your late 20s, you should know like who's important to you and who's in your life and stuff and everything like that. Is like I met somebody like years ago, like I think it was 2014 or something like that. She was all messed up, and it was like a generation thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, when we stopped like dealing with each other, she came and told me, they wanted to thank me that she ran me away, and that was her way of like, when her way of doing things. And when you do things like that, it's like she thanked me for, teaching her a good lesson. Meaning, you find somebody, you dick it out with them. Stick it out with them, you know. And a lot of people got generation curses like that, and that's, it's a blockage that you need to get, get rid of. Either you do it like you pray or anything, do spiritual work or stuff like that. That stuff is cool, but does it work 100%? Sometimes it does and sometimes it don't. But you have to believe that, yeah, this is it. I'm not doing the same routine that my family's been doing for years and years and years. You don't want to be that way. You want to live, you know what I'm saying? You want to live differently. Like, want your family to be like, dang, man, geez, I like how Supreme is living and stuff like that. Or I see him in this and this with his kids and da 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 da. I'm saying that's what I want. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be. Like, it can be broken. Don't ever think that nothing can't change in your lifetime. Things can change. You know what I'm saying? People can change. You know what I'm saying? It's like the most thing that you're waiting for and you want and stuff. It's like a certain thing from a person that you want. And once you get it, you know what I'm saying? That's great. You know what I mean? So like I say, generation curses, you can break them. They can be broken. And just believe that it can happen. So I'm on my lunch break. So this is Supreme Intelligence, and peace.